Good evening, good evening. Welcome to HeSpoke Fashion Live. I am your host, Daylon Thomas, and we have a great show in store for you. You just are in tune for something great. Yes, I said store, but store in store for you on tonight. You're tuning in at the right time. You're in the right place, and we're going to have a great time tonight, a great discussion. We may even open up the call-in lines because we want to hear what you have to say. But before we get to all that, I'm just so happy to be here tonight. Go ahead and tell Lottie Dottie and everybody that we're live and we're going to do this thing. We're in the building right now. Come on, let's hit it. Yeah, in the building. This platform discusses any and all information that has been published to the public sphere. We will engage our viewers through the use of this public information. All videos, songs, and graphics used in the video belong to their respective owners. I claim ownership of all produced video content on this channel and video. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
He spoke, fashion. I'm telling he spoke, fashion. I'm so bad. He spoke, fashion. I'm telling he spoke.
Hello again, everybody. Listen, this is HeSpoke Fashion Live, and we have a great show in store for you on tonight. Go ahead and tell Lottie Dottie and everybody that we're live. Go ahead and hit like and share, and go ahead and follow us on Facebook. And listen, if you're on YouTube, greetings to our YouTube audience. I want to tell you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then actually hit the alarm bell because you want to be notified every time it is that we go live. So let's get right into our show for tonight. First, I just want to greet all of my lovely butterflies that have joined us. And I want to talk to the men as well. Thank you for joining us on tonight. We want to talk to you because we want to get your opinion. Again, this is HeSpoke Fashion, where we discuss fashion, women's fashion, from a man's perspective. So let's get right down to it. So on this week, and it's been in the media for a little while now, and I kind of went back and forth on whether or not I would discuss it. Someone actually sent me this story, and I said, you know what? Let's talk about it. And I want you to hear what I have to say. First of all, if you're like me, you are a fan of Serena Williams. You are a fan of Serena Williams, just like I am. I've watched her career from when she was a young lady up until now. And I have enjoyed this journey that she's been on. And so we're going to talk tonight. Of course, this was a very shocking photo. And our topic for tonight is, can you take it too far in fashion? Is it possible? That is the question. Is it possible to take it too far? And so let's talk about this story. It began to get traction again a few weeks ago. And there was a guy by the name of Whack 100. And he, of course, saw what was circulating in social media, the world of social media, concerning Miss Serena Williams Mrs. now. But he had something to say about it. So here's Whack 100. He's a music executive, right? and you've probably seen him all over social media. He has a lot to say, a lot of opinions to say. But of course, he was talking about this particular meme that was circulating. This was circulating across social media platforms. Many people were talking about it. And I'm telling you, when I saw it, I said, okay, I just really didn't know what to say. But here it is. It's kind of comical. Any Martin fans on there, put it in the comments. If you're a Martin fan, just say Martin. But here it is. Someone was making a joke of it. But as we can see by the face of Miss Serena Williams, her complexion is a little bit lighter than what we actually know her to be. And that's our topic of discussion. We want to get right down into this. First of all, let's look at what this WAC 100 had to say, because people, they really jumped on him. They jumped on him when he posted this. I'm going to say this. I can understand, because, when a man speaks about anything regarding a woman, people take offense to it. And so I'm careful on this platform based on what I say, but I have to share what it is that is the man's perspective. Now, we know when it comes to fashion and things of that nature, you do it for each other. We know that you don't really dress for men. But if you want a man, wouldn't you want to know if that man likes what you're wearing? I'm just asking. If you don't want a man, that's fine. But let's look at what WAC 100 had to say. He says, no excuses, but I'm going to speak on it, he continued. We are the first ones to make jokes about a big nose or lips or kinky hair or how black one is. This makes a person say, well, if this is wrong, then over there is right. Get it? Over there. Reminding that different races may have different beauty standards, he stated. Beauty is our beauty. An Asian woman's features may be unattractive to another race's eyes, but beautiful to that race's eyes. Wow, catch that. Wack went on noting that he didn't mean to shade anyone with his statement. He says, quote, for the record, I love us and what makes us us. Let's not bash, but learn, so maybe we won't have another one of our public figures trapped in the twilight zone. Hashtag humbly submitted, end quote. He had a mouthful to say. Is there another comment from, I think there's another. Yes. WAC 100 may be the last person to be affected by criticism leveled at Serena Williams over her controversial photos, but that doesn't stop him from weighing in on the matter. Making use of his Instagram account, the music executive shared a message of self-love in response to the social media backlash against the athlete. So on May 7th, he posted that photo that we shared, a side-by-side of the tennis ace's unedited pic, and one of the images to have sparked whitewashing claims. So this is the claim. The claim is that Serena Williams is bleaching her skin. All right? In the caption he wrote, to each his own, but I don't want to believe this. And if this picture is authentic, I want to say we as a race have to look at ourselves. And so this is what we're going to take this journey tonight. I know it is one of the subjects that we don't like to talk about, but listen, we need to understand if it's just a fashion statement, is this taking it too far? So let's look. First of all, let me ask, and you can help me out in the comments. Let me ask you a question. The audience. I want to ask you to comment. Both my butterflies and my fellas out there. I want you to comment on this. All right. Is this part of a natural evolution concerning Serena Williams? Is it part of a natural evolution? And I'm gonna tell you, we all have a way of evolving, right? You don't look the same that you did in high school or in college, so you have to evolve. You can't wear the same clothes even that you wore maybe 10 years ago. Why? Because fashion has evolved. So it's constantly where things are evolving, people are evolving. And so could it be possible, and I want to know, could it be possible that this is just simply the evolution of Miss Serena Williams? Let's look at it. Let's look. So here's a photo. I think this was back in 2006, and I'm telling you, she looks good. I think this was when Brother Common may have been dating her back then. And she looks good. This is back in 2006, and then I think this is another photo of 2006, and you can tell that she's coming into womanhood. She's evolving. Now, let me tell you, Serena right now is only 39 years old, 38 or 39, excuse me. And so she's evolving as a young black woman, a young tennis star. We've seen her. Come on, you remember the pictures with the dreads, or not dreads, they were braids, the braids. She had the braids, and she and her sister, and every time you saw them, yes, you saw them. This is part of the evolution, okay? So she's evolving. No one can take credit away from her in her journey of evolution. And I don't want to take any credit away from her, nor do I want to take any credit away from you as you're evolving. Remember, I told you that you're my butterflies. And a butterfly is a product of evolution, a product of once being a caterpillar to now becoming the beautiful butterflies that you are. So this is part of her journey, the evolution of Serena Williams. Let's go on. I really like this. I mean, look at those guns. I mean, those guns are showing, it shows she's been in the gym. That's why that swing is like it is. There's a lot of muscle there. But again, she is evolving. Okay? Could this just be part of it? This is part of her journey. Let's look at the picture in the black there. I really like this picture. I think this was around in 2007. And I'm telling you, she's showing that she has some style. She has fashion sense. She's come a long way from the braids. She's come a long way from that, but she looks good. And this is part of the evolution. And I would suggest and recommend to you that if you are evolving, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey of evolution. Enjoy that journey. Let's go on. Because I want to suggest to you that if this is a part of her evolution, then we have to take in consideration that how is this going to play out? All right? How is this going to play out? Because to be honest, haven't we seen this before? Haven't we seen this before? I mean, haven't we seen people in the media, entertainers, take this journey of evolution? Do you all remember a hip hop artist by the name of Little Kim? You remember Little Kim? Yes. Very cute Little Kim. You remember what happened to Little Kim? You want to rumble with the bee, huh? I'll tell you, I was a Biggie Little Kim fan. Little Kim fan. I was a fan. I mean, when they came out, and Junior Mafia was the clique. I mean, come on, those were the days when hip hop was great. You could understand the raps. I'm not judging. I'm just saying you could understand what they were saying. and it was great. And she was part of this great moment in hip hop. In Bad Boy. I'm telling you, when it was all about the Benjamins, when she hit her rhyme, she was flowing with it. This was Little Kim, and let me tell you, and this is the reason why I decided that I would go ahead and do this show, because Little Kim had millions, maybe millions, maybe hundreds of thousands of young women that were following her, that she was a sort of role model to. No, I'm not talking about all the other things you may know about her, but because she was someone who came from the bottom, from the projects, and had risen to this type of fame. Let me tell you, they may not be the role model you would choose for your children, but they're the role models that your children are choosing. And so there were people that were following her career. And so we've seen this play out, but I want to turn back to Serena Williams, because when WAC 100 made his comments, when he made his comments, there was the fans reacted, the Serena Williams fans reacted. And see, this is why I really don't like this cancel culture, because you can't even ask a question without people coming against you. You can't even make a statement that could be powerful, that could have some type of conversation. Let's have a conversation about this, because people will start to cancel you. People will start to shut you down because they don't like what you had to say, and they don't want to have a conversation. So the fans' reaction was quick. I'm telling you, they came against him, and they excused the behavior. And I'm telling you, it may have been just what they said, because the fans said that, I believe we had that, but if we don't, the fans responded, and it was swift. They said perhaps it was just the fact that she had a bad makeup day. It was the makeup artist's fault. Things that make you go, Now let me ask you, my beautiful butterflies out there, when you start to have your face beat, do you look in the mirror after they're done? Now, I know. Believe me, I do understand makeup, right? I do understand that, and I understand the purpose for it. But if it's too light, do you still go out? I don't know. I don't know. Do you still go out if you recognize? And I understand, when you're modeling and you have all of the lights on you and you're doing a photo shoot, sometimes you do have to put the makeup on in such a way that it does show a little bit lighter for the camera shot. I understand that. But if you're out and about, this seemed to be a very, very casual day for Serena. So I really want to challenge whether or not it was, if it was indeed a bad makeup job. Could it be an issue of self-esteem? Could it be an issue of self-esteem? Let me ask my audience here. I want to ask you a question again, and I want you to answer me. Answer me in the comments, please. Is it possible to be confident in one area of your life and then have esteem issues in another area? Could it be possible to be the greatest entertainer in the world, like a Michael Jackson, but then to look in the mirror and not like the nose or the lips or the skin complexion that you were born with? Is it possible to be great in one area and have confidence in one area, and then to have esteem issues in another area? That's my question. What do you have to say about that? So that's one way. That's one thing we could look at. And I want to look at it because I want to challenge you, because if you follow the great career of Serena Williams, her tennis career, then you will understand that she had someone that she competed against, maybe not necessarily on the tennis court, but in the world of endorsements. That was none other than Maria Sharapova. That's who it was, Maria Sharapova. This is who she competed with in terms of endorsements and things of that nature. I want you to hear me out. So did she play a part in this evolution? Let's look at the endorsement deals. And this is back from 2015. And 2015, the endorsement deals. So as you can see, at the top in 2015, Roger Federer, 58 million. And one would say he was one of the greats. And we know back then, I won't say now, because I don't have the numbers, but back then, if you were a male that was endorsing a product, you had more marketability, all right? You were more marketable because men could sell things. So you saw more men, athletes especially, in endorsements. But if you look down to the fourth person, you'll see Maria Sharapova at 23 million in 2015. And then last on that list, you see Serena Williams at 13 million. Now, let me tell you, I'll take that 13 million. But you have to understand, in 2015, Serena Williams was at the top of her field. She was at the top in terms of tournaments that she had won. But there was some question of whether or not Serena Williams would be marketable. Let's read this statement here. Let me read this statement, because I'm stating my case. Could it be that Maria Sharapova has something to do with what happens in terms of her esteem? So it says here, not everyone will agree on each of these points, particularly the last one, but there's no disputing. Can you bring that down? There's no disputing that Williams has been among the top handful of athletes on the planet for years now. So this is owning up to the fact that she is one of the top athletes. Oh my goodness. Yet on Forbes' list of the highest paid athletes, Williams ranks 47th. And of the 7 tennis players on the list, she ranks last in endorsement dollars, making $13 million annually. The top earning male player, Roger Federer, will bring in an estimated $58 million in endorsements this year. The number 4 ranked men's player, Kai Nishikori, also brings in more than Williams, as does Maria Sharapova, who will out-earn her by $10 million. Watch this. Despite not having been a genuine rival to Williams for years. So here it is. I'm telling you, here it is. The logical...
Oh my God!
The only logical explanation for this gap points to long-held prejudices regarding female sports stars and how people feel they should look. And so here it is already. Here it is. You're looking at someone who can't beat you on the court, but is beating you in the earnings category. Now, let's look. Because now, as you know, I said it before, that Serena is a little older now. Maybe time. Maria Sharapova retired years ago. I think it was 2016 when she hung up the rack for the tennis racket for the last time. But she's still making money. Let's look at some of her photos. Let's try to understand why. No, let me read this. I'm sorry, put that back up there, because this is important. We need to read this. It's not news that female athletes don't earn as much as male athletes in endorsements. This is, again, back in 2015. Even in tennis, which is otherwise the most equitable sport. But another woman, Maria Sharapova, also earns significantly more, and it's likely because she's willowy, white, and blonde. While Williams is a black woman with prominent athletic muscles, as is often pointed out, sometimes disparagingly, all right? So here it is. You are competing with someone and you're beating them on the court, but they're beating you in earnings and endorsements. And it's not a hidden secret. Let's look at this. It's not a hit. Maria Sharapova, I mean, she's a beautiful young lady. And she understood that in order to have a career after tennis, those endorsements were going to help. Let's look at another. I mean, just at home, but again, modeling. She's endorsing products. She's still making money. And she's long gone from the tennis arena. But look at this cover at Vanity Fair. Wow. I'm telling you that if you had to compete and you knew your arch nemesis was making money off of endorsements, how would it play on your psyche? How would you evolve when it was time for you to perhaps, because I think she could win tournaments well into 50. But you understand that media has a way of forcing you to retire, forcing you to hang up the cleats or hang up the tennis shoes or the tennis racket. They have a way of forcing you to do that. So let's look at this. I'm going to ask you this question. Do you think the Maria Sharapova's image was more marketable? I mean, let's think about it. Let's think about those photos back then. Do you think that she was more marketable? See, I tell you all the time, and I hope you've been listening. That every opportunity that you have to make a fashion statement, do it, because it adds value. There was a meme that was years ago, and it had a picture. It was a picture of this person that was dressed in a suit, very well dressed in a suit, nicely suit, but it was actually like an ape from Planet of the Apes, and it says the caption was, when you're ugly but you can dress. and you had to think about it. I mean, if you didn't see that was a monkey that was dressed in that nice suit, it was sort of like the Planet of the Apes, right? Those characters, and it just had a guy. It had a suit on. It had one of the Planet of the Apes, probably Zeus. It had his face on there, and that was the caption, because you could not take a look away from this well-dressed being. And so if you look at the career up until now, before she started to evolve, you would say, well, maybe not anything physical, but maybe her fashion was not as marketable. But look now. Look at the evolution. I'm telling you, I like it. I just like it because, listen, not only fashion plays a part, right? We're not talking about fashion, but not in terms of clothing, but fashionable. When you put it all together, the makeup, the hair, the shoes, all of that is always beauty and fashion. And so you have to have it all together. And for my fellas that are listening, listen, if you dressed up and you're not well groomed, then you are subtracting from your overall fashion statement. It's a fashion statement. And when you don't, I know the hairstyles a little bit, I don't know. If I had hair, would I wear? So I'm not judging. I mean, would I wear my hair like Jay-Z right now? Probably not. Probably not. But who's to say? I'm not judging them. If I had hair, maybe I would try something different. But at least it would be groomed the right way. It takes away from your fashion statement if these things aren't up to par. All right. So let's go back here. Let's go back here because now we said, this was Maria Sharapova, who was her nemesis on the court, but not so much on the court because Serena was dominant in the tennis arena. So she wasn't her nemesis there, but in terms of taking the dollar to the bank, Maria Sharapova was killing Serena. Sorry, Serena. But let's go back to Little Kim. Remember Little Kim? Did I ask you what you're drinking tonight? What do you have in your cup? So Little Kim. Remember Little Kim? And back in that time when Little Kim started to make her evolution, she started to change a bit. And there was a statement. I want to read a statement that she made. She was being interviewed years ago. I think this was back in maybe early 2000s. And she says, all my life, men have told me I wasn't pretty enough. Even the men I was dating. Wow. Would you date someone that told you weren't? Oh, okay. Anyhow. And I'd be like, well, why are you with me then? It's always been men putting me down just like my dad. To this day, when someone says I'm cute, I can't see it. I don't see it no matter what anybody says. I have low self-esteem and I always have. Guys always cheated on me with women who were European looking. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this something that triggered her further evolution? Taking it a bit too far? The long hair type. Really beautiful women that left me thinking, how can I compete with that? Being a regular black girl wasn't good enough. This is the reason why I wanted to do this show. I wanted to do this show because I want to reaffirm to those young, beautiful black butterflies out there that you are beautiful just as you are. Yes, come on, give me some likes, some hearts down there. Because listen, we don't want to always have all of this competition between lighter complexion women and darker complexion women. Listen, you're all beautiful. You're all beautiful. There's no need to change one for the other. There's no need to do that. This is from a man's perspective. Listen, if your father didn't tell you that, I'm telling you that. You're beautiful. Your black skin is beautiful. That's right. I said it. Let's go on. So let's look at Little Kim's evolution after saying this, okay? Wait. That could not be the same person. Are you AB? Are you sure? You sure? All right. The evolution. Would you think that was the same person? But we already read that she denoted beauty to be someone that was European looking, with the long hair, blonde, the features, European. Now I'm telling you, this was a self-esteem issue. Now, I'm not going to say that, the plastic surgery, what have you, because you do what you want to do. But can we take it too far? Let me hear you in the comments. Can you take it too far? Let's show another one. I'm telling you, when I started seeing this transition, I was wondering what happened. But no one we laughed and we joked, but we need to have a conversation, because we want to make sure that if you do it and you have the right self-esteem, it's all right. But if you're doing it because you lack a healthy dose of self-esteem, then that's where we need to challenge. That's where we need to carefront. I'll tell you, I took that from Iyanla Vanzant. She said, we don't confront, but we carefront, because we care. And this is the carefrontation that we're having with Serena Williams, because we care. Look, I checked her Instagram, I think, and Twitter. She has 13 million followers. 13 million people that are looking at this transition, this evolution, and they're saying, hey, if the woman who is at the top of her field is making this evolution, then what about me? Why can't I do it? Why can't I do it? Let me hear you. Let me hear you. What say you? I want to challenge you. I'm going to go a little bit deeper. We talked about Little Kim, but let's talk about the Barbie doll effect. Come on, you remember Barbie? You remember Barbie, right? This was your Barbie. I don't have a Barbie, but this, some of you grew up, and I went back and checked, and this is actually the 1980s Barbie. And remember, I told you Serena is about 38 or 39. So this would be the Barbie that she would play with. Oh my goodness. Barbie has a lace front.
Bruh.
I'm telling you, she has a lace front. But anyhow, you remember Barbie. And listen, my sister growing up, I don't ever remember her having a Barbie. Guess Bob was like, nah. but nevertheless, the Barbie effect. You grow up and you're playing with that Barbie, and your Barbie has a husband, or did they ever get married, Ken? But Ken, they said Ken came out, but so maybe not.
Okay.
They said Ken came. So maybe not. Maybe that was his friend girl. I'm sorry. I don't use that, but I heard someone say friend. That's my friend girl. So maybe that was it. But nevertheless, it could play on how you see yourself. How you see yourself. Barbie had a Corvette. She had a nice house. She had a male friend. She had commercial endorsements. She modeled. And you're looking at Barbie. And then you're looking at yourself. You're looking at Barbie. Put Maria back up there again. Because you're looking at Barbie. And then you're looking at Barbie getting all of the endorsements. And now you're at the age in your career where you need to start looking at perhaps life after tennis, which has to be endorsements and running a business. I know she's just started her fashion line, so that's one area. But in terms of endorsements, Michael Jordan still makes money off of endorsements. You guys know a guy by the name of Shaquille O'Neal? He's on just about every commercial that you can think about. Endorsements, life after you hang up the tennis racket, after you hang up the basketball or the basketball sneakers. The evolution here. You guys like my little Yoda? Put that down. So let me ask you this question. We've talked about Maria Sharapova. We've talked about the endorsements. Talked about Little Kim and what happened with Little Kim. And my question simply is this. If we say that this was just a makeup problem, have you seen it before? Would you say that perhaps this is taking it too far? I mean, I have to be honest. I like the before photo. And then you'll still see photos out there where perhaps she looks more like the old Serena. But let me tell you, this first happened. I researched it because I like to make sure when I come before you guys that I'm talking about facts. And I researched it. This is 2021. This first started in 2014. In 2014. So it wasn't a makeup issue then? Or is it a makeup issue now? And if it is, are we taking it too far? Does the makeup choice equal taking it too far? When you're allowing your makeup artist to beat your face to the guys, is it possible to take it too far? Would bleaching your skin equate to taking it too far? And if that is too far, those who are fans, just like I am, of Serena Williams, shouldn't we be carefronting her about this? Let me ask a question. Does the fact that she's married to Alexis is his name, does that have anything to do with this evolution? I mean, is there certain changes that are being made, certain plastic surgery, thinner lips, different nose? Does this have anything to do with it? Again, I wanted to do this show because I wanted to share with the young ladies out there, my beautiful butterflies. I wanted to share with you that as we've been noting for the last few years, that your black is beautiful. Yes. I want you to put that in the comments. My black is beautiful. Yes. Drop that bomb on them. In the building. My black is beautiful. My black is beautiful. Listen, we're coming to the end of this show, but I want to share this poem with you. I'm going to share this poem with you. It's entitled, My Black is Beautiful. From the color of my skin, to the texture of my hair, to the length of my strands, to the breadth of my smile, to the stride of my gait, to the span of my arms, to the depth of my bosom, to the curve of my hips, to the glow of my skin, my black is beautiful. It cannot be denied. It will not be contained, and only I will define it. But when I look in my mirror, my very soul cries out, my black is beautiful. And so today, I speak it loud, unabashedly, I declare it anew. My black is beautiful. Whether celebrated, imitated, exploited, or denigrated, whether natural from inside or skillfully applied. My black is beautiful. To my daughters, my sisters, my nieces, my cousins, my colleagues, and my friends, I speak for us all when I say again, my black is beautiful. And to all of my beautiful butterflies out there, I want you to know that your black is beautiful. Listen, we've had a great show tonight. I'm telling you, I would open up the phone lines tonight, but I'm just going to end it right now because I have enjoyed your company. And listen, as you go, look, we're getting ready to go outside again. Aren't you excited? And guess what? Did you hear? The CDC is saying that you don't have to wear your mask if you've been fully vaccinated when you're outside or indoors. Oh my goodness. I'm still going to wear my mask though. I suggest you do too. But we're on the precipice of going back outside and trying to reclaim a bit of what our natural lives were before the pandemic. I want you to be so prepared in your fashion choices. I want you to have the confidence. I want you to have the self-esteem built up so that you know that what you're wearing, when you look at it in the mirror, you can say, I look good, and you know that you're going to get that right man's attention when you go outside. Hey, even your girlfriends are going to love the way you look because you've been following this channel, you've been watching these shows, and if you have not, I want to challenge you to go back and just watch all of the shows up until now. I think we're on episode 23, but go back and watch all of them and I want you to tune in next week. Next week, we have a great show in store for you. We have a great guest in store for you. I cannot wait to have this guest on. I've been trying to get this young man on for such a long time, but I cannot wait to get it. I'm not going to spill it just yet. I'm not going to tell you just yet, but you're going to want to tune in next week for HeSpoke Fashion Live. That's our show. That's all I have to say. Tag and share and join us again next week. Have a good night. In the building. Come on, take us out of here.